Hello, Sal Capano. Latest update. I told you earlier, if you watched my video, I wanted to come up to bring you up to date on some videos. If you're new to my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting the like button right now. I won't let you down. And welcome back for those who've been subscribing. Okay, I'm going to get right to it here. Don't have a whole lot of time. So here's the deal. Bring you up to date on the stimulus, a third possible stimulus check, and trending news on unemployment. The good news is on unemployment now, my wife just today, she was a victim of fraud. Remember I was talking about fraud? They are starting to process and giving her back some of that money. She just got a card in the mail today. So if you were a victim of fraud in Nevada, they are already, their engineer department, and they're already sorting the fraud department. I got to say, they acted pretty quick. It's been 6 weeks. Again, if you're a victim of fraud, go ahead and get a police report, contact fraud department. You don't have to wait online that much. Have your social security or everything ready, your documents, speak to somebody, get their name, and then send it in. I heard today they're also adding the credits. I'm hearing some good back from some of you guys that your credits have been applied now for the necessary remaining of the weeks, of 9 more weeks. We talked about the fraud earlier. I'm going to bring you up to date on the stimulus. Joe Biden, people, I'm just reporting the news here, okay? Joe Biden is already saying when he gets in, he's considering a standalone bill. He wants to keep his promise going forward. Some news that this is some reliable source here from somebody that who's a very good client of mine, that he's going to probably most likely do a standalone bill to keep his promise. Not going to wait 100 days into his administration and send out another stimulus. He does not say how much it's going to be. Of course, it has to go through the House and Senate. That is all one-sided party now. So, but this is where we stand on that. He's also discussing about extending unemployment from March 13th to, it didn't say a deadline of date, but he did say that unemployment, based on unemployment and how unemployment's rising, that he's probably going to extend. So people out there who haven't applied for POA, who may have been self-employed people, I went over, even if you take care of your kids, because a lot of state schools isn't open, you might be eligible for POA. You got to have some documentation and show that proper calls, that you have little kids, not big kids. You might be able to get that. Just one of the things. If you're a babysitter and you have a license, you might be eligible. So anyhow, there's some talk about that. A great possibility. Again, a standalone bill. Seems like that's going to probably, I don't want to get your hopes up. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. Most likely we'll probably get that, and some talk about extending unemployment. Didn't say a date, just say when this one ends, we'll probably extend it. I thought he said a few more months is what what he's reporting. So I guess here in Nevada, they had some more of the coronavirus. Deaths went up a little bit the last couple of days. So, my hearts and prayers are for those who have lost or known friends or relatives from this terrible disease. But I want to stay optimistic with this, and I'm really praying and hoping that we start climbing out of this. Again, I said this from the previous videos. One day at a time, and hopefully we start climbing out of this slowly. But my business and a lot of I'm a physical fitness trainer. There's still 25% capacity in this state. And restaurants, you need reservations to go. Restaurants are taking a beating. I still haven't heard anything from PPP for the portal to go on. Still nothing, people. Rental assistance. There's nothing, no portal for that. That's one thing I thought they moved a little slow. You could still apply for rental assistance, but from the last stimulus package, number one. But there's still no portal to go on. As soon as I get it, people, I will be the first to let you know for rental assistance. And now food assistance, I heard it's working for SNAP and food stamps. If you're in that category where you're struggling and you've been on unemployment for at least a minimum of 3 months, and and you're making under a certain amount, the protocols now are a little easier, and they can send you food assistance. People, don't be embarrassed. This was not your choice. Just slow down, okay? You're hardworking people. You might need food assistance for a few months if you don't even have kids. So that is something they applied, but the PPP money and rental assistance, there's no portal. I heard that they're also straightening out The people are starting to get paid now. In this meeting I went into, is mainly the reason I went in, is the people, and this is in all states, who haven't got paid since the original date of last March. Wow, I can't believe it. They're starting to work out the kinks. I know in Nevada, I know in Nebraska, Pennsylvania, even California. Of course, we know they're on suspension because of the fraud, and even I believe Utah. They are starting to get through those cases on one-to-one basis and starting to send that money out. A lot of it was, I'm just reporting the news, it was horrible. Why so long? It was a simple document, like I said in my other videos, and other things were some people were self-employed in 2019. Stay with me. I know it's 2021, but they were going back to 2019, and some people were self-employed, and some people also were working for an employee. So that was the other part of it. But hopefully you're one of those people that are starting to get paid. It's got to be over, what, 15, 20,000. I mean, it is amazing how long it took. It really is. But a lot of you people, I'll say this again, I'm just letting you know how I fought it from day one. As soon as I found out about gig workers in POA, I'm like, what is POA? I contacted, you people know, people have been following me for a while, and the news, and went all the way to Carson City and met with the chief of staff, secretary here, and called up some other states and senators and congresswomen, and I battled. I didn't care what side. I battled. We elect these officials, whether you vote Democrat or Republican. We elect, these people were elected. So I've been fighting, and again, I'm going to continue to say, I like to use that expression, my gas light is not even close to being on. I'll keep you up to date. If there's any more news, I'm optimistic. Sally, you think we're going to get another stimulus? I said this plenty of times. Yes, I think we're going to be a third stimulus, or continue with the second stimulus of 14. Joe Biden might just come in and say, hey, I'm standing alone. So I do think there will be another stimulus. I'm not going to discuss whether we need it or not. People, you know where we're at right now. You know, it's a big circle, like I said before. So, and I'm really optimistic. If you ask me, I think there will be some kind of extension on unemployment, both regular UI and POA. I don't have a crystal ball, but I think when this runs out in March, I think it'll probably be a few more months, maybe 3 more is what I see, because unemployment's still going to be up, reasons I just said. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your Monday. I will be on probably tomorrow, God willing, unless I hear some crazy news tonight, I'll come on and say hello to somebody. Tomorrow's another day. Don't get caught up in all this stuff I discussed it earlier. Not good for you. Share my video. Consider unsubscribing. Hit the like button. What do you want from me?